So let's take a look at further refining our class. We talked about public, which allows our constructor here to be accessed anywhere. We can also do protected and private. So let's talk a little bit about private here. So what's nice about private is private allows you to create members or functions or variables that can only be accessed within the specific class that's its reference to, or the CPP file. So let's take a look at that for a second. So right now our constructor really doesn't do anything. So let's say that the only thing I care about right now for car types is year. Okay? So you're going to see we have an error here, and I'll explain what's going on. And actually, if we save this and we jump back into cartype.cpp, you'll notice that we have an error here now. And the reason why is this is linked to our header file here, or our constructor. So what I can go in here is I can just type in integer new year, because I'm going to pass that around. I'm going to save that. Now, I can't really do anything with this yet because I don't have any variables to associate with year. So I'm going to go ahead and make another variable in here called year. I'm going to save that off. And because we are, again, including this car type class, you'll notice if I go in here and I just type the word year, what it's referring to is this protected variable here, not the variable that can be passed through car type. Even though they are, it will create an associated link. So I can say year equals, and as I type new year here, you'll see it pop up. So let's jump back into our header file for a second. So let's create a function, or just sort of a function definition for what the year is. So the way you do that inside of your header file, and again, this is just a blueprint, we can just type in year is. And what we can do is say, okay, what I want to do is create a function that every time it's called, it applies the current year of whatever's typed in. So if I go back to my cartype.cpp here, what I can do is, inside of this class, or I'm sorry, outside of this class, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to define a new function that's going to apply it. So what I have to do is write the car type, again, class name, 2 colons, letting it know that I want to access that header file car type, right? Now, what I don't want to do another reference to that constructor. What I want to do is make a reference to the function year is. So I double click that, open close parentheses. Then inside of here, what I can do is I can say I can apply or redo. You can see here that we have our definition here. I can assign year to new year in here as well. Or because it's an integer, to make it easier, I can just return year because we're already assigning it up here. So now that we have our 2 header files, just to kind of refer over this, inside of our CPP file, we've created a connection to the constructor. We're receiving in year from here, from our private variable. We've defined it here, and we're utilizing it inside this class. So year equals new year. This is assigning it. The way that we're going to return it is in this car type year is function that we created, and all it does is return year. In the next video, we'll look at creating another main CPP and how we implement